Mr. Foreman? Mr. Foreman? Mr. Foreman? Don't try to talk. Here, drink this.
How long?
Well, let's see. Our records show that you were put into cold sleep in June 2023. Is that right?
Right. June 18th.
Can I get you some wine? You know,
Cut to the chase, please, Doctor.
Pardon?
The punchline.
Mr. Foreman, you've been asleep approximately 324 years.
I don't understand. Why was I brought way out here? Why wasn't I taken to a city?
Look, I know this is all coming very hard and fast for you, but you have to realize there are no cities, not like you remember them. There are no cities or freeways or factories.
Come on. It can't all be like this. 300 years. And so little progress.
If you'll lie down on the operating table, Mr. Foreman, we can begin the operation right away.
Right away? What are you talking about? Where are your instruments, your IVs? Look, it probably isn't even sterile in here.
You must trust me. We are here to help, not harm you. You have my word on it.
No pain, Mr. Foreman. You will feel no pain at all. I'll take the pain for you.
Sarah?
Adenocarcinomas, 3 of them. The first is 2.3 centimeters at the tip of the antrum where it connects with the pyloric canal. Can you see it?
Yes, I see it. We'll take that one first. I can change the molecular density of my hand so that it's out of phase with normal matter. I can do the same to anything that I touch. Irene, can you give me a closer scan of the tip of the pylorus, please? There we are. Prepare for excision. $300 years and so little progress. meant no harm. Come to me. That's good. That's very good. It's all right. There's no harm done.
Some sort of bioluminescent organisms like fireflies?
Those are their antecedents many generations removed.
I'm very sorry for what I said earlier. I just assumed. Well, I don't know what I assumed. But I was wrong, and I would like to thank you for saving my life.
Our technology is a kind of biological gestalt. All of us, at some level, are interconnected with it.
Like the psychic surgery you performed on me.
I-phase. Irene's a scanner. John's an empath. Joshua coordinates the psi links among the genetically structured organisms in the settlement.
I build machines. Planes, tanks, satellites, computers. Where do I fit into your little biological gestalt? Why bother to even wake me up? I was under the impression your little utopia had eliminated war.
We can answer all your questions in our computer room. Would you come with me?
Thank God.
Primates, chimpanzees, orangutans are the most receptive to genetic surgery. Their brains can be maximized by a factor of 20. Each performs a specific computer function: sorting, cataloging, interfacing. All knowledge is stored in here and available to all.
What have you done to the poor things?
No one's done anything to them, not against their will. When they're young, one of our scanners makes a psi link and shows them the choices open to them. Some of them choose a normal existence, others choose knowledge. They are the caretakers of our thoughts, and their world is a much larger one than any one of us could ever hope to have.
I'll never understand this. Any of it. Why did you bring me here? Just to see this?
3 weeks ago, our scanners picked up an image from deep space. That image is stored here. Just open your mind to it. Create a pause, a space between thoughts. Let the image take that space.
According to its trajectory, it'll hit somewhere on the Indian subcontinent. The result, disastrous earthquakes, tidal waves.
Terrible climactic changes for the entire planet.
What can I do about that?
Several of the particle beam satellites you designed are still in Earth's orbit, still probably operational, if you can reestablish telemetry with them.
Yes. Shatter the meteor while it's in space, and the smaller pieces will burn up on entry into the atmosphere. Yes, I can. But wait a minute. If you hadn't needed me, would I still be on ice in some damn vault 2 miles underground?
Probably so.
Of all the selfish...
Matthew, no, you don't understand. This is why we couldn't risk bringing you out otherwise.
It happened 20 years after you were put in cold sleep. A limited exchange, they called it. Only 6 missiles fired by each side, but sufficient to wipe out 80% of the world's population.
300 years later, less than 200,000 human beings on the face of the earth. Machines, Mr. Foreman. We put all our trust in them, but no more. Each of us is a part of our technology. Each of us has a say in our own destiny. We'll never let technology do to our world what it did to yours.
Some of these electronics components you people dug up are over 3.5 centuries old. I can't guarantee how long we'll transmit before the system crashes.
Well, once one of the scanners gives you the coordinates, you won't need to transmit for very long.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything up there to activate. Sarah, would you hand me that light pin? For God's sake, it's just a pin.
You have no idea what it's like for us, sifting through those old buildings.
I know. I'm sorry I snapped at you. Something's up there. It's demodulating a carrier signal. It's demultiplexing the subcarrier. We're getting individual telemetry from one. Now, 2 of the satellites. Solar battery, still operational. Radar tracking system, operational. Particle beam generator, operational. I think I'll have that drink now you offered me a few days ago. I can't remember ever seeing so many stars before.
The sky only started to clear up about 100 years ago. Until then, the nuclear winter took 50% of our light. We had to make do with bioluminescence.
They seem so close. You can almost touch them. That's why I started in aerospace to begin with. Someday, I thought, we'll be up there among the stars. And I wanted to help us get there. Wanted to get there myself, too, I guess.
But you built missiles and bombs instead.
You do it because you convince yourself that it's necessary. You do it because it makes you feel important. You do it for the money. Lots of reasons. None of them any good. Don't your people ever regret, Sarah? The humankind will never reach the stars now. Your technology, you can't. I mean, you can't build organic spacecraft, can you?
We explore space with our minds, Matthew, as easily as you ever did with your machines. Our astral bodies have walked on 1,000 planets, worlds so inhospitable to human life that your spacecraft couldn't even have landed there.
I'm sorry. I'm just an old fool with old ideas.
No, you're just a man adjusting to a new world and new ideas.
I'll never fit in here, Sarah. I'll never be able to do with my mind what you do with...
Yes, you can. Matthew, we can perform psionic surgery on you, give you the same abilities that we have. You'll be able to explore worlds that you've never even dreamt of.
It's more than that. You have a common history, a common bond. I'll never be able to share in that. You've built a new world out of the ruins of the old. I'm part of the old, part of the madness that destroyed it. I've never belonged here, Sarah.
It's coming in on a heading of 4 hours, 30 minutes, 20 seconds declination. 5 hours, 18 minutes, 9 seconds right ascension. Presently at a distance of 14,000 kilometers from Earth.
It's entering the tracking range of the satellite now. The onboard radar is locked onto the target. Particle beam generator will activate at a distance of 9,400 kilometers from Earth. All set. All we have to do now is sit back and watch what happens. And hope the particle beam carves up the meteor on the first try.
You said it was locked on target. Is there any way for it to be unlocked?
Only from here. As long as the radio link holds out.
We owe you a debt of gratitude, Matthew, for what you've done.
It isn't over yet.
12,600 kilometers from Earth.
What the... I don't...
Something wrong, Mr.
The
Foreman?
meteor. It seems to be decreasing incrementally as it approaches Earth. It's almost as though it's decelerating. And it seems to be altering its trajectory, as though preparing for orbital insertion. This is insane. Meteors don't make bloody course corrections. They don't decelerate, and they don't... My God. What an idiot I've been. You're telepaths. You can put any damned image in my mind you want to. What the hell is it out there you don't want me to see? What is it you want me to shoot down?
Mr. Foreman.
What is it? Tell me!
Irene, show him. He'll find out eventually, Joshua. It might as well be now.
Oh, my God. What the hell do you think you're doing? Those are my people up there!
No, Mr. Foreman, they're not. They're the worst of your people. When the war started, the ship was being prepared. People were being mobilized. 1,000 people, military, politicians, the ones who started the war. They were planning their escape, their art.
No.
The time dilation effect, don't you see? Time slowed down for them. 300 years was like 5 or 10. They thought they could come back when the radiation died down.
You're lying. They wouldn't have done it.
They did.
No.
They did, Mr. Foreman.
You're lying.
They did, Mr. Foreman.
No.
They did.
No.
I'm sorry, Matthew. They would have brought it all back. The missiles, the madness. They were carrying weapons, nuclear weapons on that ship.
I don't believe you. I don't. My God. No.
9,390 kilometers from Earth. Satellite locking on target.
There was a nuclear explosion. They did have weapons on board. God. What have I done?
You saved us, Matthew. Saved us from a madness and infection.
1,000 people.
1,000 criminals. You were an instrument of justice, Mr. Foreman, that's all.
And what about me? Now that I've done your dirty work, am I an infection too? Do I die also? Or do you just put me in cold sleep? In quarantine?
No. Of course not. You're one of us now.
One of you? How? What do we have in common?
Guilt. You share our guilt in what we did today. What we had to do.
Would you like to see them? Up close?
I don't think I deserve to.
As Sarah said, Mr. Foreman, you're one of us now. You deserve to be a part of what we are.
I'm sorry. I can't. No, don't stop.
Welcome home, Mr. Foreman. Welcome home.
In his mind, he starts to hear a song of alien thought speaking without voice, welcoming him. Matthew Foreman, once a sleeper standing outside time, has found his place at last. A voyager touching the farthest shores of the Twilight Zone.